Hey guys, we're here in Bicentennial Park. I've just come to observe what's going on here. Beautiful families. There was maybe about 200 people here that showed up to just have a picnic and express their concerns. Mac gave an excellent speech before. It was really nice to hear what he was saying, why people are here, why they're fighting back, how they feel like government aren't representing their concerns. And it was really interesting. I thought that it was fascinating to hear how, from talking to the people here, where they feel on a lot of these issues, a lot of people were feeling like they wanted to come so that they felt like they were at home. They feel anxious, they don't like what the government's telling them, they feel alone. And I found it really fascinating because, you know, they find it as a therapy when they come here. They find that it's really comforting to meet like-minded people. You know, I told them it's a bit of a safe space, isn't it? And they said, yeah, they laughed because it's a bit of a safe space. People really need a safe space. They're losing their jobs, their families are turning on each other, they feel like they're crazy. Then they come here and they're like, oh, I'm not alone. There's actually 200 like-minded people, and this isn't. They didn't widely advertise this. This is actually quite a small event, but it was just families. It was just people coming together, and so it's really fascinating to see what they think.
We're all here for freedom. We're all here for the same reason. We're not here to cause any trouble or incite anything. As you can see, a lot of people have gathered because they just want to be together. The one thing that the government has taken away from us in the last 18 months is unity, is being together, and they've tried to divide us by telling us, you know, we can't talk to our neighbours or we can't visit our family, otherwise you're going to get fined. They've made us feel like criminals if we walk down the street. But this is about the people saying, no, enough is enough. We love everyone. We want to be united with everyone. And this is not about if you're vaxxed or unvaxxed. Look, this is about everyone uniting. We want our freedoms to choose. We want our freedoms to choose if we want to take the vaccine. If we don't, we want our freedoms to choose when we see our loved ones, and that's it.
Well, today's get-together was basically about the mandatory vaccine with teachers, firefighters, paramedics, even police. You know, no job, no jab, no job, when it should be their own human right to make that choice, not the government's choice. Where the government said it's not mandatory, they try and make businesses make it mandatory. So there's a group of community people from all the LGAs getting together, just in a peaceful protest, basically against the mandatory vaccines, which is absolutely ridiculous.
So my name's Jenny. I've been a teacher for 44 years, and just in the last few months I've been at my school. I've been to the school now for 31 years, a Christian school, and the mandate has come down from the principal for everyone to be vaccinated. And at the time, the Lord was saying, wait. So I waited. And the longer I waited, then I found on the government website, it says, if you've ever had a blood clot on the brain, it's called venous thrombosis. I had one 12 years ago, and that was a contraindication to getting a vaccine. So I went to my doctor, and he filled out the form. He said, that's true. You cannot get AstraZeneca because it causes blood clots. And so I had the contraindication, but then he said, now you can get the Pfizer. And I went, I can't get the Pfizer because it has fetal cells in it from an aborted child. So I said, sorry. So he put on my medical form, he says, well, we can put that you have spiritual or ethical issues with the Pfizer. And I said I would prefer to wait till there's a safer vaccine being produced, and when the Lord says go. Since then, the discussions with my principal has said that because he has a school now with everyone is vaccinated, I'm not allowed on site. Even though I've been there for 31 years, the children are asking what's happening to our teacher, and they kept saying, oh, she's sick. She's sick, which is lies. I'm not sick, I'm perfectly healthy. I'm 66 and I'm a ball of energy.
I'm all for vaccination, I'm all for good medical procedures, good science. Not in my view, but scientifically speaking, this is not good science if it has not been tested. It is provisionally approved. So, more so, I believe that we should have the right, especially if it's an untested vaccine, that we have the right, if it's going to be volunteering, you know, that to volunteer, if you want to volunteer, volunteer. But no one should be mandated because that is unlawful and is not in keeping with our lovely constitution.
I'm a teacher of 33 years. In fact, I was teaching, up until a week ago, I was teaching every single day of the lockdown. And I am protesting because I have taken the time to investigate, to do some independent thinking away from the mainstream media. And what I found, it's scary stuff. I'm logical, I'm sensible, I'm reasonable, but I'm going to be investigated for non-compliance as a teacher and misconduct for saying no, making a medical decision. I actually have strong medical reasons for not taking the vaccine. I went to the doctor and she refused to give me an exemption. I've done my research and you know, we're not the enemy. We can be trusted. And why would I take something that side effect is possible death? Why would I take something that if you take it, you can still pass it on and you can still get it? My immune system is fantastic. I can protect myself with my own healthy behaviours. So I haven't subscribed to the fear and I won't subscribe to the mandates. It's against the Constitution.
I also had to include the Aboriginal people of this country, the owners of this land, that they've been coerced to have this vaccination. I think it's very important for everybody to understand that everybody has the choice to get this vaccine. We're not fighting or we're not talking or speaking up because we don't want you to get the vaccine. There's people in this group today that also are double vaccinated.
I'm fighting for the future of my daughter, but I'm also standing up for other people that can't at the moment in Sydney. I have a friend at the moment whose husband had a stroke 6 weeks ago. She's been told that she can't see her husband unless she's double vaxxed at Liverpool Hospital. This stuff is absolutely disgusting. They're forcing people to jab and coerce. He needs her wife for his rehabilitation, and we've been fighting really hard with the hospitals at the moment. But this is just one story. I'm an operations manager for foster care in Sydney, and this week I lost lots of staff members to the mandatory vaccines as well. And so have many other teachers are losing their jobs and many people are in our community. So we need to rise together and we need to stand together and we need to continue to fight.
We were born under the sun. We were born with God-given rights. We don't harm anyone. And this is why we're here. You can see a lot of people are here. They've gathered because that's what we do. We're human beings. We're social creatures. We just want to be together and, you know, under one common cause. The one thing that's probably lacking the most in this country right now, and this is no fault of these people, it's the fault of the government and it's the fault of the media. The thing that's lacking the most is actual unity. We need to be united. Never before has a country been so broken and divided over one cause, which we know is the vaccine. When has this country just succumbed to the government tyranny and the control? When has the people of this country succumbed to whatever the pharmaceutical companies tell us? They have divided us, they have broken us, and we need to come together. It doesn't matter what they tell us. We need to look at our fellow neighbours, our fellow human beings and say, we love you. It doesn't matter what you believe in, if you're vaccinated or not vaccinated. Don't give in to the government's narrative, their ideology of trying to divide us and keep us apart. That is what they want. They want us to not love one another. They don't want us to discuss ideas. They don't want our hearts together. And this is why now more than ever, this country needs to come together. We need to heal and we need to unite.
A lot of people, they're thinking about where are things going from here. Now, obviously, you know, we're seeing what's happening with government right now. Dominic Perrottet is leading the country, a lot more than Scott Morrison. And don't get me wrong, I want to see Dominic Perrottet take things really far, but it seems like he's working with the Liberal Party that he's got, which is terrible. And he's trying to develop a plan to open the state and the country basically up, because Scott Morrison's offering no leadership. And the funny thing is, what did we see? We saw Dan Andrews move up his plans because he's being showed up by Dominic Perrottet. He didn't reach his jab target. He didn't reach anything. He didn't reach 70%. He brought it up sooner. Why? his polling's terrible. He needs to, you know, get reconnected with the voters. And I think Dominic Perrottet knows where people want. A lot of people are jabbed now. I believe the vaccination targets, I do. I think what's happened is a lot of people have been coerced into this thing because of their employment, and people want their freedoms back. Now, we're looking at a equality day, real equality day between the vaccinated and unvaccinated. That's coming up on the 1st of December. From what I'm hearing, and take this with a grain of salt, I'm hearing it's going to come up a lot sooner. I think we're going to see true equality very soon in the state, and it's going to push the rest of the country in that direction as well.
So we're fighting for the future generations, the children and our grandchildren. Because if we don't, one day they will ask, why didn't you fight for my future? And that's it in a nutshell, basically what today is all about. It's the future generations.
But remember this, we're going to have a break, we're going to have our summer back. It should never have been taken from us, our freedoms, but they're going to come back. They're going to come back, just like they did overseas. And if you want to know what's going to happen, look overseas. Go listen to Nigel Farage in the UK. Go listen to what's happening in the USA. The lockdowns will come back. The booster jabs will be mandated. They will come for your kids. Mark my words, it's coming. I'm not a crazy person. I'm not. I've been talking about this for a very long time, and everything's come true, including Gladys's resignation. So we'll see exactly what happens in the next few months. Stay put. Remember to keep listening to this channel, and you'll stay informed on what's really going on the ground. But thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you later.